In this demo, we'll take a quick tour of ARES Commander and see how it compares with AutoCAD or other similar programs. To begin with, let's look at the ribbon. In the top left corner, you can see a combo box to switch between different workspaces. If you are migrating from AutoCAD, I'd recommend the CAD General one, which features a very similar ribbon. And if you prefer to work with menus and toolbars, you can just pick the Classic workspace. Most importantly, we will see in a minute that you can very easily create your own workspace. That said, you don't have to search for features in the ribbon. If you know an AutoCAD command or system variable by name, you can just enter it in the command bar. Even when the name is different, there is an alias defined in ARES Commander. For example, if I enter the command mtext, like in AutoCAD, it is calling the command note in ARES Commander. Many commands and system variables have the same name in both programs, and if you are not sure, you can enter just the first letters to see suggestions. Let's continue with our polyline. It works exactly the same with relative coordinates, distances, angles, and entity snaps. Tracking, the next segment could be an arc. So, did you see any big difference? Well, there's really not much new to learn here. For example, the snapping is called Object Snaps in AutoCAD and Entity Snaps in ARES Commander. Slightly different name, but it works the same way. In addition, in both programs, key shortcuts are the same. For example, F8 for ortho mode. Similarly, dynamic input in AutoCAD is named Quick Input in ARES Commander. And UCS in AutoCAD is named CCS in ARES Commander. It's short for Custom Coordinate System. Let's finish our tour of the user interface. On the side, we can find the palettes. You can resize them and choose whether they auto-hide or remain visible. By default, some of them are active, but others are not. If you do a right-click in the ribbon, you can select the ones that you want. So we find here, for example, the Properties palette, Layers, References, or Design Resources, which is the equivalent of AutoCAD's Design Center. I especially like the Tool Matrix palette. It doesn't exist in AutoCAD, and I can use it to drag and drop toolbars. It's an easy way to mix toolbars with the ribbon interface. After selecting all the palettes that you like, you can save this configuration as a new workspace, or just overwrite another workspace to keep this configuration. For more customizations, you can enter Options in the keyboard. A dialog shows up to centralize all the options. This dialog is significantly different from AutoCAD, so at first sight it may be a bit confusing for an AutoCAD user. Now, turn your attention to the search field. You just enter a keyword here. If it is found in different places, you can use the down arrow key on your keyboard to jump from one to the other. And one last thing. The UI is in dark mode by default, but you can switch to the light gray UI style. Just be aware that the program needs to restart to apply the changes.